Welcome back to Talk of the Town. What do Steven Spielberg, Keira Knightley, CNN anchor Anderson Cooper, and NFL quarterback Tim Tebow all have in common? Besides being in the limelight a lot of the time, all of these folks have dyslexia, a common condition that affects the way that our brain processes written and spoken language. With me, I have Ervin Carpenter from the Wisconsin Institute for Learning Disabilities and Dyslexia. Welcome, Ervin. Thanks for joining me. Ervin has dedicated his life to helping folks with dyslexia and making a difference for them. Thanks so much for stopping by today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So if you could give us a little background before we talk more about what you've been working on. Give me a little background of WILDD is the acronym.
Sure.
Sure. I like that. Otherwise, like you said, it's a mouthful.
Yeah, we have wild Christmas parties, by the way. WILDD was opened 10 years ago by myself and my co-founder, who is my wife. And we opened this nonprofit so we can teach as many people as we possibly can, children and adults, how to read and spell. So we work with learning disabled and dyslexic children and adults.
That's wonderful. And not only did you start this organization, but you've also created some teaching and testing methods. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, Tell me a little bit more about that.
Sure. We knew from the onset that if we were going to open a place that we were going to teach children and adults how to read and spell, we had to have a way to show them results.
That's very motivating for people, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So what we did is set up a system of where we could do baseline testing when they first come in and annual testing every year to show the growth that they would have in their reading and spelling skills. And in between those two testings, we also set up progress monitoring to where we could also show them per semester how much growth they had.
Wow, that feedback can be so important to keep people on track and encourage them to keep at it. How do you track that progress?
Well, we track it by using the Woodcock-Johnson 3. It's a tool, an assessment. It's a standard assessment that gives a standard score. So we can basically compare the student that we're working with their peers. So it shows in the norms that we're making some progress based on where their peers are.
Okay. Now, we'll have a chart come up on the screen here that shows some results. Go ahead and talk to me about that chart.
Oh, sure. The chart is the results of a research that we did through the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Dr. Bill Kitts compiled the data for us. And the results are, in the charts that you see, we have the baseline of 40 individuals. That was a random sample that we're taking from the clients that we had.
So it could be adults or children?
Yeah.
Okay.
Adults and children. So those 40 adults came at least 2 years to our program. And so in the blue, you see where they all started as a group of 40. Okay. And the red shows you the results of after 82 hours of work with us. So it's very impressive, and the thing to really look at on the chart is that the highest score of almost 3 grade levels in 82 hours is reading fluency. So when we talk about reading and teaching people how to read, we always measure success by reading comprehension and the reading fluency. Sure. And those are 2 of the highest scores that we have on our assessments.
That's got to be so gratifying for not only you, but them too, because it can be very frustrating, from what I understand, having dyslexia. And so having some tools to improve and make a difference. It sounds like you're getting results, and that's the significance of this data?
Yes, exactly, Janet. To show results. Today in education, we have to look at the interventions that are being provided and what are the results. And what we show and what this graph actually shows is that we are an intervention that works.
It works.
Yep.
If folks want to find out more, where do they go?
They go to our website at wildd.org. And that graph and the research are all on the front page halfway down.
All right.
And they can read that
and take a look for themselves.
Yes.
Great. Well, we're out of time already. It goes fast.
It does.
Thanks so much for stopping by today. When we come back, we'll meet 3 teenage sisters that are making music, winning awards, and fans along the way. We'll be right back after this.